Hello everyone, and welcome to my video. Have you ever felt like your life is slipping by too fast, and that making significant changes seems overwhelmingly difficult? Do you believe that in just 1 week, your life could dramatically change? While this might sound impossible, I'm here to share a fascinating truth. I've actually experienced it. Yes, in just 7 days, I underwent a self-transformative journey I never anticipated. And I want to share with you 7 simple yet incredibly powerful habits that helped me change my life quickly and effectively. This isn't generic advice. These are practical lessons learned through each day, including the challenges, successes, and emotions I experienced. Take some time and space to listen to this story. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let me guide you through this transformative journey. You won't want to miss this. Let's explore 7 life-changing habits in just 7 days. As promised, I'll share details about the 7 habits that helped me transform my life in just 1 week. I know many of you might be skeptical, even thinking it's impossible. But remember, change doesn't come from giant leaps, but from the accumulation of small, consistent daily changes. These habits are the foundational bricks, step by step, to building a better life, regardless of your age. So let's begin this journey. Habit 1, waking up early, starting a new day full of energy. I used to hate waking up early. My bed was my sanctuary, and every morning, the snooze button on my alarm clock was my faithful companion. Pressed so many times, I barely remembered what I was doing. Waking up each morning felt like being thrown into a stressful race, and instead of feeling the peace of a new day, I only felt tired and pressured. Then I decided to challenge myself, waking up at 5 a.m. on a misty morning. The first few days were incredibly difficult. At that time, I just wanted to go back to bed, burrow under the covers, and prolong it a little longer. Each step out of bed was a challenge, my mind still foggy, and I wondered if I had the perseverance to do this for a whole week. But then I started noticing something miraculous. By the 3rd day, I felt a strange calmness in the early morning. Everything around me was still quiet, without the noise, without the rush of life. I could take deep breaths and enjoy the peaceful moment before the world awoke. This not only gave me more time for myself, but also helped me reorganize my life. These quiet moments allowed me to do things I always thought I didn't have time for. Some light exercise, a jog around the neighborhood, helping me wake up and recharge. Even better, I could meditate, set goals for the day, and do self-improvement exercises. Above all, I felt less rushed. I had enough time to enjoy a healthy breakfast, savor a delicious cup of coffee, and plan for the entire day. Those peaceful moments made a huge difference in my thinking and attitude. I felt more relaxed, less stressed, and I started controlling my life instead of letting it drift along the stream of time. One of my most memorable moments was sitting on the balcony one early morning, watching the sunrise. The sky slowly changed color, and everything seemed to slow down, creating a truly tranquil space. That's when I felt the peace in my soul. And that's when I realized that waking up early not only brought physical benefits, but also helped me reconnect with myself deeply. Since then, every early morning has become an important part of my life. It's not just time to complete tasks, but also time to take care of my mental and physical health, to start a new day with positive energy and confidence. Part 2, Daily Exercise, the key to physical and mental health. Habit 2, Daily Exercise, abundant energy and a clear mind. I was never an active person. Feelings of tiredness and lack of motivation always made me avoid exercise. Frequently, I found countless reasons to justify not exercising. I'm too tired today, I don't have time, or simply, I'll start tomorrow. And so each day passed without me doing anything to improve my health. But then, there was a moment when I asked myself, can I live this life without changing anything? So, I decided to commit to exercising every day for a week. It was a big challenge, but also an opportunity for me to do something different in life. The results truly surprised me. I started with just 20 minutes a day. To avoid boredom, I combined light yoga, jogging, and strength training. The first few days weren't easy at all. My body ached. I even felt exhausted. Each time I got up and started a workout was a challenge. However, I didn't let myself give up. I reminded myself of why I was doing this, to improve my physical and mental health. By the fourth day, miracles started to happen. When I woke up in the morning, I no longer felt as tired as before. Instead, I felt full of energy. My mood improved significantly. I no longer felt grumpy or anxious, but became more positive in everything. I realized that 20 minutes of exercise a day not only helped me burn calories or improve my physique, but more importantly, it was time I spent on myself. In those moments, I didn't think about work or daily worries. I just focused on taking care of my body and mind. One particular morning, I remember tying my shoelaces to go for a run. It was a clear blue sky day, without a single cloud, and I felt the cool air seeping into my body as I ran. That feeling of freedom and lightness was something I had never experienced before. With each step, I felt like I was untying layers of stress, step by step, freeing my mind from cluttered thoughts. The long road ahead of me, only me and my thoughts, was like an opportunity to reconnect with myself and the world around me. Not only mentally, but I also started to notice physical changes. My posture improved significantly, my body became stronger, and I felt a difference in my overall fitness. Muscles were starting to form. I felt more confident in every movement. But the biggest change wasn't just physical, but also in my thinking. Exercise was no longer a forced task or boring chore, but became a form of self-care, an opportunity for me to detach from the noise of the world and reconnect with myself. One day, I realized that not only was my body healthier, but my mind was clearer than ever. I began to feel clearer about my thoughts, decisions, and emotions. What I once thought was impossible to achieve has now become an indispensable part of my life, and that really changed how I viewed life. Part 3. Journaling, a place to listen to yourself. Habit 3: Journaling, a journey of self-discovery. Before, I thought that journaling was only for people with a lot of free time, or those who tended to be introspective. I couldn't understand why someone would want to spend time writing about their day when life was already full of things to do. Day after day, I wondered, do I have enough time to record my personal thoughts while still busy with so many concerns? But a week of regular journaling completely changed my perspective. It became a tool to help me explore myself more deeply than ever before. I started very simply, with just a few minutes each night before bed. I bought a regular notebook and a smooth writing pen. No need to make it perfect or elaborate, just me and my thoughts were enough. My goal wasn't to write amazing journal entries, but to create space where I could freely reflect on myself after a long day. The first few nights, I faced a blank page and felt lost about what to write. I looked at it without a clear idea, only emptiness. However, I persevered, starting with the most basic things. I wrote about my day, what happened, the events that made me happy, things that made me feel frustrated or disappointed. Like that, every night I wrote down my feelings and thoughts. But then, gradually, I started to go deeper. Journaling wasn't just about recording the day's events, but became a conversation with myself. I started writing about my goals, my unfinished dreams, and the fears I hadn't dared to face. These thoughts were once very vague in my head, but when I put them on paper, they became clearer. Dreams that I once considered far-fetched suddenly seemed closer. Worries that seemed impossible to extinguish no longer occupied so much space in my mind. One of the most memorable nights was when I recorded a stressful workday. I wrote about the specific things that made me feel confused and pressured. When I looked back at the words on the page, I realized something unexpected. The factors that stressed me weren't always within my control. Some things I worried about were simply natural reactions to situations beyond my influence. But the important thing was, when I put those feelings on paper, I realized I could change how I dealt with similar situations in the future. I could prepare better. I could look for solutions instead of worrying uselessly. The journal became a tool to help me reflect on my emotions, relationships, and the challenges of life. It wasn't just a place to unload my mental burdens, but a place where I could track my personal growth. Recording my emotions, thoughts, and reactions helped me be clearer about what I was feeling, and more importantly, how I could adjust to live happier and more effectively. One thing I realized is that while there are many ways to deal with stress, journaling is truly a way to face my emotions without having to resort to other methods. I started feeling more in control of my life, not because everything went my way, but because I had learned how to understand and manage my emotions. Part 4. Mindful eating, listening to your body, loving yourself. Habit 4. Mindful eating, deeply connecting with your body. Like many others, I used to eat quickly, while working, or even while scrolling through my phone. Meals became part of a hurried routine. I never really focused on what I was eating or how much. In fact, I didn't realize that this habit was gradually affecting my overall health until I decided to try mindful eating. Mindful eating is not just about eating a full meal, but about fully focusing on every moment of the eating process. I started with simple steps: preparing a quiet eating space, cleaning the table, creating a comfortable space, and eliminating all distracting factors such as phones, TV, or laptops. The first few days, the feeling of sitting alone, eating without anything bothering me felt strange. But very quickly, it became a relaxing ritual where I could spend time enjoying the food and listening to my body. Before, I only ate because I was hungry, and sometimes ate quickly because I wanted to finish my work. But when practicing mindful eating, I began to feel more deeply about each bite. I didn't just eat, but truly experienced the food. I felt the freshness of each vegetable, the crispness of raw vegetables, or the natural sweetness of ripe fruit that I had never noticed before. Each meal became an opportunity for me to rediscover the deliciousness of the food I often overlooked. A profound change I noticed was that I no longer felt bloated after eating. Before, I often ate quickly and ate more than my body needed because I didn't pay attention to the feeling of fullness. But when I practiced mindful eating, I became more aware of my body's signals. When I ate slowly and listened, I allowed my body to tell me when it was full. This made me naturally eat less, but feel more satisfied than ever. Truly, mindful eating not only helped me better control my food intake, but also helped me connect with my body, understand the signals that I had never cared about before. I started feeling healthier and lighter after each meal. This wasn't just a small change in habit, but a major shift in how I viewed and treated my body. When you focus on each bite, you are not only nourishing your body, but also nourishing your soul. Part 5. Limiting screen time, connecting with the real world. Habit 5. Limiting screen time, enjoying real life. In today's modern world, being absorbed in screens is all too familiar. Social media, email, online entertainment all easily steal our time without us even knowing it. Before starting this habit, I didn't realize how much screen time affected my mental health, work productivity, and sleep. This made me decide I had to change. I started by setting limits on non-work related screen time, only 1 hour a day. No scrolling through Instagram or watching YouTube, no late night TV. These habits had become such a large part of my life that I didn't realize they were taking up so much of my time. The journey of change began by replacing the time spent browsing the internet with other activities, closer to reality. The first few days were really difficult. At first, I felt like I was missing something important, like an indispensable habit. But I also quickly realized that when I no longer spent so much time in front of the screen, I had more time for things that were truly meaningful. I started returning to old hobbies I used to love but had forgotten, reading, drawing, or experimenting with new recipes. There was an evening I still remember. Instead of watching TV after dinner as usual, I decided to take a walk in the nearby park. The fresh air, the birds singing, and the wind blowing through the branches made me feel incredibly relaxed and calm. This feeling was completely different from the tired evenings when I only sat in front of the screen. That walk became a habit I loved and didn't want to miss. Another big change was that I no longer brought my phone to bed. Instead, I started a relaxing routine before bed, reading, meditating, or simply reflecting on the past day. This not only helped me sleep better, but also made me feel more peaceful and relaxed when I woke up the next morning. My sleep improved considerably, and when I woke up, I felt much more energetic and refreshed. What I noticed most was that the quality of my life had changed. I no longer felt dependent on online conversations or entertainment programs on the screen. Instead, I felt more present in conversations. I paid more attention to those around me and participated in daily activities more actively. I learned to appreciate every moment of real life instead of being drawn into a virtual world that I thought I couldn't live without. Limiting screen time not only brought physical and mental health benefits, but also helped me reconnect with myself and those around me. It's a small but incredibly powerful change. When we spend less time on screens, we can truly live and feel the world around us more fully. Practicing this habit will not only save you time, but also help you regenerate energy, maintain better mental health, and especially help you live a truly fulfilling life, connected to yourself and your loved ones. Part 6. Connecting with family and friends, a source of positive energy and love habit. 6. Connecting with family and friends, an invisible source of strength. In my self-transformation journey, one thing I realized is that nothing is more important than connecting with family and friends. They are the ones who create invisible strength, the solid foundation that helps me maintain motivation and regain balance in life. In a challenging and sometimes stressful world, these relationships become a source of positive energy, soothing anxieties, and bringing peace of mind. Since I started paying attention to building deeper relationships, I've spent more time talking to my family, especially my parents. I not only asked about their health, but also listened to their stories, shared my feelings and thoughts with them. These simple conversations helped me understand life better, the profound spiritual values that I could learn from those who came before me. Besides family, I also didn't forget to maintain relationships with close friends. We called, texted, and even spent time together to share about the challenges of life, small joys, and progress in our self-development journey. These conversations not only made me feel loved, but also made me feel that I was never alone in difficulties. I started participating in more activities with family and friends, from family dinners and movie nights to short trips. These simple yet meaningful moments gave me a sense of closeness, connection, and love. They not only helped me relax, but also strengthened relationships, creating beautiful memories to look back on later. Once, I and my close friends organized a picnic. It was a wonderful weekend. We cooked together, played sports, and told each other jokes. The laughter, the warm hugs, and the mutual support energized me. After that trip, I felt a deeper connection with loved ones, and I realized that it was one of the invisible sources of strength that helped me overcome every challenge in life. Truly, time with family and friends is an indispensable part of my self-development journey. This is where I find comfort, support, and genuine love. They are the ones who are always there, encouraging and supporting me whenever I feel tired or fail. It is these relationships that have helped me maintain optimism and a strong spirit, to continue striving and perfecting myself every day. So, if you're also looking for motivation to change your life, don't forget to invest in relationships with family and friends. It's an invisible source of strength, bringing you true warmth and joy in life. Part 7, Practicing Gratitude, Recognizing the Value of Life Habit. 7. Practicing Gratitude, Finding Happiness in the Present. Being grateful for what you have is key to creating a happy and meaningful life. Before, I often focused only on what I lacked, the difficulties, and what I hadn't achieved. However, when I started practicing gratitude, everything changed. I realized that happiness is not a destination, but a state that we can feel right here, right now. Every morning, I take a few minutes to write a gratitude journal. I record the good things that happened during the day, big or small. It could be a delicious meal, a compliment from a colleague, a peaceful afternoon in the warm sunshine, or even a meaningful conversation with a loved one. Gradually, this has become an indispensable habit, and I clearly feel its positive impact. Recording these positive things not only helps me focus on the beautiful moments life brings, but also helps me realize that I have many things to be grateful for that I didn't notice before. Just stopping for a moment to listen, to feel, I can see that life is truly rich and meaningful. Small things like having a warm home, a warm cup of tea in the early morning, or words of encouragement from friends are all wonderful gifts that I've overlooked before. One of the most memorable moments in this journey was when I sat down one evening, rereading my gratitude journal entries. I felt a strange sense of contentment and peace. I realized that every day, despite the challenges, I still had wonderful things to cherish, and it is those things that help me look at life with positive eyes, help me overcome difficulties more gently. Gratitude not only helps me realize the value of life, but is also a powerful tool to improve my mental health. When I'm grateful, I feel less anxious, less stressed, and can enjoy every moment more fully. The feeling of gratitude helps me feel happy in the present, instead of waiting for a perfect future that I cannot control. And that's the most important lesson I've learned in these 7 days of changing my life. Happiness is not something far away, but the simple things we can find in every moment of life. Practice gratitude every day, and you will feel the miraculous change in yourself. Conclusion: the journey of change and valuable lessons. After a week of practicing these 7 habits, my life has changed dramatically. I not only feel healthier, but also become much more energetic, positive, and confident. I have more time to take care of myself, my family, and my friends, something I never thought I could do before. The feeling of happiness and contentment with life is something I had never experienced before. However, this journey wasn't a smooth road. I encountered many difficulties and challenges. In the early days, I wanted to give up, but I persevered. Sometimes I felt tired, but I always remembered my goals and sought encouragement from loved ones around me. The important thing is that I never gave up. Through this journey, I learned an invaluable lesson: to listen to myself and understand what I truly need. I learned to cherish every moment, find joy in simple things, and always live in a state of gratitude for what I have. If you're feeling stuck or don't know where to start, remember that every big change starts with small steps. Never underestimate the power of daily habits. Every step, however small, will gradually bring you closer to the best version of yourself. Be persistent. Don't be discouraged if the results don't come immediately. Every day is an opportunity to change, and you can absolutely create positive changes in your life. I believe in your ability, because I was once like that too. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you find this story helpful, don't forget to share it and leave a comment below the video. Remember, every journey of change begins with a decision. That decision could be yours today. See you in the next videos, and I wish you a wonderful journey ahead.